Hi, I am Partho, currently studying in CSE at Shahjalal University of Science and Technology. Now, now I will discuss you about an interesting topic of economics, the theory of farm. So let's start. Here is the overview of this chapter. So, what is farm? What do you think about it? Yes, a farm is an economic organization that produce goods, services to sell in the market of for profit. Farms operate by combining factors of production such as labor, capital, and raw materials to create outputs that consumers or other business buy. Functions of a farm. Production. Farms manufacture goods or provide services. Profit maximization. The goal is to earn more revenue than costs. Resource allocation. Farms decide how to use resources efficiently. Market interaction. Farms compete with others in different types of markets. Production. In economics, production refers to the process of converting input into output that satisfies human wants and needs. Factor of production. Land, labor, capital, organization. These are the factor of production. Actually, production depends on this, so we can call them factor of production. They are priced accordingly, that rent, weight, interest, profit. We can define them as R, W, I and pi accordingly. A production function shows the relationship between input factors and the quantity of output produced. Mathematically, it can be expressed as Q equal to function of L, LA, K, O, where Q equal to quantity of output, L equal to land, LA equal to labor, K equal to capital, and O equal to organization. For short-term production, where only labor is variable, Q equal to F function of L. For long-run production, both capital and labor are variable, so Q equal to function of L and K. Total product TP is the total quantity of output produced with a given amount of inputs. Average product, the output per unit of a particular input. So it is actually depends on a specific time interval. So AP equal to TP divided by L. Marginal product, the additional output produced by using one more unit of input, it's called marginal product. So we can calculate marginal product by difference of TP divided by difference of L. Here is the data in table, and we put it in a plot here. If we observe this is total product. Here it is in increasing rate, here it is increasing at decreasing rate, and here it is declining, and we draw a line in point of inflection and maximum TP point. Now this is two graph of total product curve and marginal product curve. If you observe this graph, when total product are in inflection point, marginal product is high. If we observe these two graph, when total product is maximum, at maximum marginal product is 0, and AP is at max, where a ray from the origin is tangential to TP. So from those graph, what we can say, that is the relation between TP and MP. When TP increases at increasing rate, MP is also increasing. When TP is on inflection point, MP is maximum. When TP is increasing at decreasing rate, MP is decreasing. When TP is at maximum, MP becomes 0. When TP is decreasing, is negative. So now we can also relationship between TP and AP. Is average product and TP is total product. When AP is at max at point where a ray from the origin is tangential to TP. Relationship between MP and AP. Before AP max, MP greater than AP. After AP max, MP less than AP. So now we will discuss law of diminishing returns. The law of diminishing returns states that as more unit of a variable input are added to the fixed input, the additional output from each extra unit of input will eventually decline. Initially, increasing the variable input leads to high productivity due to the specialization and better resource utilization. However, after a certain point, congestion, inefficiencies and over utilization of fixed resources cause the marginal product to decrease. Eventually, adding more input may even reduce that output. We can relate this if we have 3 or 4 employees in our company, and there is same resources like land or machinery. if we add more employee, so they will work the same, but our resources is limited, and they work will same, but our labor cost will be increased. So this will be cost of loss or productivity. Now producers equilibrium. Producer equilibrium is a economics refers to the point where a producer is making the most efficient use of resources to maximize its profit. It's the situation where a producer has found the best combination of inputs to produce the right amount of goods at the right cost, so that their profit is as high as possible. In long run, production function Q equal to F of L and K. Here L equal to land, K equal to capital. So we can get marginal rate of technical substitution between L and K, and we can call it MRTSL. Here is the table of MRTS. So if you observe this table, how MRTS is calculated. If you observe this here 10 minus 5 equal to 5 by 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So 5 by 1 equal to 5. Here also 5 minus 3 equal to 2 by 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So 2 by 1 equal to 2. So it is calculated like that. Go to next. Isoquant and isocost line. Isocost is a curve that shows all the different combination of two inputs like labor and capital that can produce the same level of output. So output should be same at level, but different combination of two input like labor and capital. Here is the curve. There is rules of this curve. They cannot be intersect each other, or we can say that they are parallel to each other. And high level of curve gives high level of production. So the production level here is high than here. Okay. Here is isoquant cost lines properties. So properties of isoquant curve is downward sloping, convex to the origin. So what I have told, higher isoquant gives higher level of production. No isoquant intersect each other, that means they are parallel to each other. Isoquant line. An isocost line shows all the combination of two inputs like labor and capital that can be passed for the same total cost. So total cost will be remain constant. We can sense W or R in such a way that it should remain constant. So here W is wages, R is rent, L is labor cost, K is capital cost, and C is cost of production. Now marginal rate of technical substitution. The marginal rate of technical substitution, also called MRTS, we already calculated it in a table, is the rate at which production inputs, typically labor and capital, can be substituted while maintaining the same level of output. The slope of isoquant indicates the MRTS, or at any point along the isoquant how much capital would be required to replace a unit of labor at a production point. So MRTS of LK equal to MP of L divided by MP of K. Let's see what next. Now optimal combinators of factors. Firstly, equilibrium points. Equilibrium point is a tangential line between the IQ and cost line where slope of IQ equal to slope of IC. So cost curve here is the red line, equilibrium point here is the dot, blue dot, and unreachable area is, this is not showing, but this one is unreachable area, and inefficient area is here, this like green on. Expansion path. An expansion path in economics represents the optimal combination of inputs, labor and capital a firm chooses at its expense production while minimizing cost. So we have to minimize the cost. It's derived from the tangency point between isoquants and the isocost line. This is the expansion path, the isoquant and isocost lines here. Now total fixed cost. Costs that do not change with the level of output, this is called fixed cost, like salaries, loan interest, rent. In small range that not effects like variable cost, so we can call them fixed cost, so it is remain constant. total variable cost, a cost that vary with the level of output, that called variable cost. So if we buy one quantity of product, or we can produce two quantity of product or three quantity if we increase product quantity of product, and it's directly effect on price, that we can call the variable cost. So in this curve we can say that if we want to increase output, total variable cost will also increase. So formula of total cost equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Here is the curve of these cost curves. Now average fixed cost. Average fixed cost equal to total fixed cost divided by the quantity. Average fixed cost decrease as output increase. So output is if increase, the average fixed cost is decrease. Marginal cost. Additional cost incurred for producing one more unit is called marginal cost. Marginal cost equal to total variable cost change divided by total quantity change. Marginal cost curve is like U-shaped. Long run cost curves overview. Long run cost curves show the minimum cost of produce any output level. All inputs are variable. There are no fixed costs in the long run. The long run cost curve is the involve of all the short run cost curves. It is essential for long run term investment and production decisions. So this is the long run curve, which is created by short run curves. There are many short run curves in here. The long run cost function can be expressed as C equal to B multiplication with Q. In the long run, costs depend on labor and capital, meaning firms can adjust their production process fairly. Since all the inputs are variable, there are no fixed costs in the long run. The long run total cost curve, or LRTC. The long run total run cost curve is derived as the involve of all the short run total cost curve. Each short run total cost curve represents the cost structure for a firm under a specific fixed input constant. The long run total cost is the sum of all short run total cost tangential points, meaning it always lies below or touches the short run total cost curves. The long run cost function. General form. Long run cost function C equal to f of q, where C is the total cost and q is the quantity of output. Linear cost function C equal to B multiplication with q and q. B represents the constant cost per unit of a output, assumes constant returns to scale. Complex function can include polynomial terms to reflect changing economics of scale. Relationship between short run and long run cost curves. Short run and long run cost curves. The long run average cost curve is the envelope of all the short average cost curves. Mathematically involves short run cost. All the sum of short run cost is greater than long run average cost. This means the long run average cost curve is always lower than or equal to the short run average cost at a given level of output. The LRAC curve is U-shaped because of economic and diseconomic of scale. Decreasing cost. As production increases, the average cost falls due to better resource utilization. Constant cost. At the minimum LRAC, the firm operates at the most efficient scale, short run and long run cost curves. Increasing costs. Beyond this point, costs rise due to inefficiencies in large scale production. Relationship between total cost and marginal cost. MC is decreasing when TC is increasing at a decreasing rate. At the point of inflection of the TC curve, MC is at its minimum. Since MC is derived from TC, as the additional cost of produce one more unit, its behavior depends on the slope of TC. So relationship between total cost, average cost, total variable cost and average variable cost. The total cost curve is sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost. The total variable cost has the same shape as the TC curve but starts from the origin since it excludes fixed cost. AC and AVC. AC equal to TC by Q AVC equal to TVC by Q. Both AC and AVC are U-shaped due to the law of variable proportions. So relationship between marginal cost, average cost and average variable cost and average cost. At minimum point of AC, MC equal to AC. Before the minimum AC, MC less than AC. After the minimum AC, MC greater than AC. MC always passes through the minimum points of both AC and ABC from below. This means that when MC is below AC or ABC, it pulls them down. When MC is above them, it pulls them up. So the last topic, key takeaways. The MC curve initially declines, reaches a minimum and then rises causing ABC and AC to follow similar trends. TBC and TC curves exhibit an inflection point where MC is at its minimum. The difference between AC and ABC is always the average fixed cost which continuously declines. So that's it.